Hi! Hello lovelies, I hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Hannah and this is the place where I watch basically whatever I want. And yes, welcome back to part 2 of our Kyougen Ado album listen. I am excited to be back. If you can't notice, if you can't tell, it is currently a new day. I unfortunately was going to film the next part yesterday, obviously, but I ended up being in a 4-hour long meeting and I just couldn't obviously get to it in a good enough time of being like, okay, I need to sleep, but I also need to get like other videos out. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna like chill, and that's how it's gonna go, sadly, you know. But I'm here today. We're gonna finish off the rest of the songs that we have. And yeah, if you watched yesterday's video, I guess, or because it's the same part. Or it's the same video, but 2 parts. But if you watch that, you would know that so far, I think Fireworks, it's plural, is my favorite song. I also really enjoyed Lucky Bruto, even though it was very, very weird. So I think that those 2 are like pretty interesting to me right now. But now we're going to continue with 5 more songs. So minus, of course, Gira Gira and Usawa, which I've already reacted to. We're going to be getting into Ashura-chan, KokoroToIuNaNoFukakai. Oh my god, that was so long. Sorry about that. Motherland, Kagakushu, and Yoru No Pierrot. That's what we have in today's part. So yeah, like I said, all of these videos have music videos technically to them, and that is really fun, but it also makes it a very hefty thing, so I'm going to be watching all of these just once and talk about it afterwards. That is the plan. But anyway, I'm excited for some more music. I'm excited to wake up a little bit because I kind of literally just woke up. So yeah, we shall dive in, see what's in store. If my voice still sounds a little bit like I just got out of bed, it's because I kind of just did. But I am excited. I'm ready to dive in. So hope you guys feel the same. But we're starting off with Ashura-chan? Ashura-chan, I think. We're starting off with that song. So let's dive right in and see what we have for today's part, or part 2 of this listen. So let us dive right in. Right into it, huh? Ooh! Let's go! Whoa, the tempo is wild. Ooh. Ah. Damn. Damn. I don't. Sorry, girl. Ooh. I talked about this, obviously, in part 1. I love when she screams. It's, like, the best. She just, like, always, especially with these songs that are supposed to, like, clearly supposed to be more of, like, a kind of a middle finger to different things or different parts of life. I love when she's able to just being like bring that out of just like it works so well, and it fits so great. I love this character for this video. Like, it's very cute. I love all of the different like MCs that are in her music videos. But kind of a little bit of a jazzy vibe here too, but it's not like really that similar to the previous song. Ooh! Jesus. Okay, hold on. Break down. Ooh, the whisper? Ooh. Sick. Love that line. Ooh. Damn. This is the threat, huh? She's like, stand up. That's what I'm getting so far. Stop submitting to other people. Like, get yourself up from your knees and, like, you know, do whatever the fuck you want. Woo! I think it's whatever this horn is that's creating this feeling. Whoa. Wild. Absolutely wild. Woo. Yeah, I felt... Because there was a lot of references to religious figures. There was Buddha. There was the devil. There was, I think, a mention of an angel or something. So I feel like there's some religious referencing in here. And also that of, again, kind of, like... talk about, like... small talk and like that specifically about like I would rather dance with the devil than with the most well-behaved priest or something like that. It's similar. I might have made up that quote a little bit, but sort of, you know. I think that kind of gave me that inclination of like, you know. And I'm not, of course, whenever I get into this topic, it's always a little bit of a contention, and that's fine. I'm personally not religious. I never have been. I did get, like, confirmed in the church and whatnot. So I do have that, and I have sung hymns and read scripture and whatnot. I have read the Bible previously. So it's not like I am removed from it. But I just never have personally believed it at all, honestly. So I'm not saying it like you should, like, give up on religion. I am saying that since they are, or although specifically I mentioned a priest, I am saying that sometimes even the most godly people don't have your best interest in hand. And oftentimes they don't. They just want, like, something personally from you. So if you want to find that in religion, don't tie yourself to a certain worldly person, or perhaps even, you know, explore it and practice it on your own, if that is possible, you know? Because it was domestic violence that was quite... Yeah, I think so. It was domestic violence that was quite, like, jazzy. Or was it? Now I'm curious, because it wasn't ready-made, was it? Yeah, I guess it was kind of... Yeah, that makes sense, because domestic violence... Yeah. I had mixed those two up. I apologize. But with that, we had kind of a little bit of that come back in here with that. But I think it's mostly because of, like, that horn, that... You know? It's mostly there where I I felt that. Hold on, let me see. So, Ashura-chan is a song by Ado, of course. But I want to see... The song talks about some people faking it to make it, while others stay true to themselves. Yes. Who is Ashura-chan? Is a demon god based on actual Ashuras. Okay. We have from the Ado subreddit, so maybe this is not 100% correct. It's a yokai. Ah, okay. Cool. Damn, the link. The link doesn't work. But seemingly it's some type of spirit. We're doing Googling now, people. Oh, wait. It's also the day of Ashura. It's the 10th day of the Islamic month of Muharram. I think I knew that, but here. Ashuras are clearly depicted as a class of demonic beings diametrically opposed to the gods. They are also increasingly mentioned as allied with other classes of demons. It's in Hinduism. Or that's with just the S. Day of mourning. Yeah, it's in Islam, but it's also... Here we have the yokai. Like spirit. Warrior demons from Buddhist cosmology. Yeah, because she mentioned Buddha, obviously. Sorry, I'm doing this. I'm just really very curious right now. In Japanese Buddhism, after someone dies, they're eventually reborn. Yes. So I'm assuming this is one of like the demons or spirits from the afterlife, perhaps. Just skim reading, because again, I don't want to be sitting and reading too much on YouTube. But I think that might be it. That's really cool then, if that's the case. If that's like a demon. But yeah, I 100% got that from, if that like Redditor is correct, to stand up and like, do what you want to do. Cool. Let's move right along to the longest title I think I've heard for a song for a while now. I'm just going to check as well that we're still recording. Yes. We have, let's pull up the KokoroToIuNaNoFukakai. That's the full title. Very, very long one, and I'm sure it's going to be that in the characters as well. Yep, indeed. So yeah, I'm ready to see where we're going with this, and what we're continuing on with, because we had a very mixed bag in the previous part. So let's see if that continues to be the trend. Let's dive right in. We have a long one, folks. Okay, piano. Ooh. Ooh, it's kicking in, baby. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this is about to be really pretty. Teddy bear. Mm. 65-8. Ooh. I feel like I haven't heard a song like this from her yet, and it really intrigues me. Yeah, I was thinking that, because when she said little like zigzag lines, don't tell the story or something, I was like, zigzags. EKG. Little noises. Woo! Oh. Wow, the guitar line for this is absolutely wild. I love it. Oh. It seems like she has been inflicted with the disease of feeling things. We know that all too well, don't we? All of us. You and me, here in this moment. Wow. So stunning. Woo. Oh my god, little baby! Yes. Aww. Ooh. Damn, the imagery of this video. Oh. Wow. I've loved her love song so far. Or like, I don't know if I would call this a love song either, honestly, because both of them were quite sad, but I love her love adjacent songs, or like songs that mention love in some kind, you know? Here I think it's a little bit more also, it might not be love exactly that's the feeling that is talked about here, but I do have a feeling with that of like having these feelings that I can't say, please see through me. It kind of gives me that of like, I'm in love with you and I need you to know, you know? Sending signals. Hospital imagery always gets me. Ooh. Oh no! Ooh. Again, that guitar line is wild. Wow. And it was all a book, storybook. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Now, I thought I would go into this being like, oh my god, like obviously we literally have Odo in this album, which is one of my favorite songs of any Japanese artist I've ever heard. But I was like, I think I'm going to enjoy like the more hard songs more, like the punch you in the face type of like, I'm gonna fuck you up type of songs. But honestly, she does these type of feelings and these kinds of concepts so well, and I think it's mainly because her voice and the way that like I feel every single word that she's saying. But yeah, this is sort of giving me like, I'm likening it a lot to my experiences, I think, with like feelings, so to say, because it felt a lot like somebody who either had just never gone through it before or is somehow disconnected with their emotions in some way, having found themselves in the situation of like, oh, I've fallen in love with somebody, and I not really knowing how to handle it, I guess you'd say, of like, what am I supposed to do, you know? What am I supposed to do about this? What am I supposed to, how am I supposed to feel? How am I supposed to act upon this? And hoping and wishing that just like, again, that the person is going to be able to like just read through you, and just understand based on, I don't know, context clues or something. And that is definitely how I feel a lot. I mean, if you guys are in any way neurodivergent yourself, I'm autistic, if you didn't know. I feel like it's pretty easy to read on me, I think. I'm an open book. But it's like, I don't know, feelings are so fucking confusing to me, because I'm just like, what is the definition of like love versus like, what is the difference between platonic love and romantic love? Like, what is the step over that? Because to me, they're both strong and they're both like there, and obviously I can tell if I want to kiss somebody or not, but is that it? You know, like there's a lot of things that I find like just confusing, but it's because I kind of find the whole human experience confusing. But it's that of just like, why is this happening to me? And like, what are these feelings? And kind of likening it again to like a disease, because what is this, you know? Like the heartbeats, like what are they supposed to symbolize? Why does my heart keep racing? Why does my like eyes keep watering? Like, what is this disease? And yeah, it's a disease called love. Very, very confusing. It's something I would love to, like, if I was, I mean, I kind of want to like research and do that in my life, because I think it's so fun. It's such a fun thing to do. But like, we don't really know why people fall in love, right? Not fully. There's so many things about it that's like a mystery. So yeah, to a lot of people it might seem just like confusing as all heck, especially if it is your first time falling in love, but also depending on how your brain is, it might be your whole life, you know? But wow, that was so stunning. Wow, the instrumental there really killed me, but also her voice, of course, stunning. Very, very beautiful job. So that was a long song title. Again, not going to do it again just in case I mess it up. Then it would be Usawa normally, or Usawa, sorry. But now we're going to skip over that. So we're going straight to Motherland. Now this sounds intense. This sounds like a lot, this title. So that's curious. We have no subtitles for this one, but hey, we will still watch and enjoy. So let's see what we have next in store. Ooh, quite electronic right from the beginning. Okay, the voice tone is a little interesting. Okay, is it time to party? Okay, this is speaking to me. Ooh. Yes. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I'm having a moment. Usually it takes me a little second to be like, oh, what is this? This sounds really nice, to like, oh, fuck. Ooh, this might be a slam dunk kill. Hold on. Just give me a moment to process. I love when she kind of like half raps. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Monster. Right back into it. Hey, this video is giving me such like Alice in Wonderland vibes. Something freaky is going on. We're gonna see with the chorus, but everything else. Ooh, color. Yeah, this is very giving me like that vibe. Ooh. Wow. Why is this so pretty? Damn. Ooh. Wow, the imagery of this. Feels like, you know those old like flash games that were like super creepy and super like clearly not for kids, but we all played them? Like that's what this is giving me right now. Like Hansel and Gretel, that game, or like stuff like that. And there was this very popular kids book series in Sweden that was about like a rabbit family, I think, or something. It's giving me that vibe too. I was reminded of that during this video, and I was like, oh, I need to check if I can find what that one, what was it called, you know? Happy cake? Game over? Ooh! Piece of cake in a cat bowl. Ooh. Damn. Wow. Oof. Oof. Oh. Wow. I just want to say that we're not even finished yet, obviously, with all the songs, but I want to give massive props to everybody who, like, animates her stuff, because, like, wow. Whoa. Ooh, it's like, and then it zooms out. Oh. Whoa. Damn. Wow. I don't even know if that's what she said, but it did sound like she went, mother, mother. I'm going to look this up real quick as well because we didn't have song lyrics on this one. So I'm just going to do a quick Google search and see what I can find about this. Complex search for finding belonging. This is quite nice as well, of course, even though it's like, depending, sometimes they do it like officially, but so a deep emotional complex search for a place of belonging and unconditional acceptance. It explores the pain of being an outsider and the desire to escape a harsh reality, which is often referred to as paradise, as a paradise that isn't truly one. It kind of gave me that for sure about that last part of like the hugging of that weird like vine human. In that sense, it's a human made of vines. It gave me that a little bit because it felt like almost embracing your like prickly and ugly side. But yeah, I'm gonna see real quick if I can find. Yes, thank you. Damn, Genius didn't have that page, so that doesn't exist. Zam. I thought it would. Oh, here we go. Yes, mother, mother, have you punished me? Oh, God. No, forgiven me. Thank you. Even when it comes to powerful love, punishment can't be erased. I turned my back and fell down to hell. Yeah, I've lived all around the world of hatred and sparsity. If it really is divisible, I wonder which one is better. I eventually got tired of all the mythical stories. No, I don't want to be this vessel that lives in one of them. Overflowing expectations hanging over the edge. If you even shared the tear wiped dry, you told me without a glare. Not a paradise is not a paradise. A paradise that only consists of someone's face. Not a paradise. That is not a paradise. I'm going to Motherland now, where the inferiors are loved. The miserable clown who cleans up the mistakes of youth. I'm lonely, so lonely I wept. I'm homesick, so sick I weep. That day on the train, what if there were other passengers? Love to the okay, I want to this last part. I fucking like eat up. Love to the inferiors, love to the inferiors. I'll sing within your proximity until morning. Even when it comes to powerful love, love is indestructible. A love song for the inferiors. Tomorrow is for the inferiors. Damn. Ooh. Girl. So not only did this really sound nice, but that also really got to me. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people can agree with that, and a lot of people can see themselves in that, because, like, there's the 1% of the world who gets everything, has everything in terms of, like, money, power, wealth, and I don't know if happiness comes with that, but at least an ease to life comes with that. And so to everyone else, when they see people be, like, really happy, there's always this now gnawing in your brain of, like, I guess if I had better, like, if I had more money, if I had better connections, if I was more talented in some way, maybe I would be happy. And that really sucks, you know? Like, everybody, no matter where you are at, or, like, where you see yourself in the world, does deserve to be loved, you know? And you know, I love the term Motherland to describe that. Of, like, I don't want to go to paradise, I want to go to Motherland. Because it's like it feels, without even needing to say it, it feels like more of a comfortable place somehow. And it feels more grounded in a way. So I'm assuming that the character was, like, obviously, usually, I assume, is kind of sort of a characterization of her. But then all these other creatures were all the inferiors that she's mentioning. And they're, like, again, on a train ride here. and sort of finding comfort and love within each other, even though like some people might be really fucking terrified of them, you know? It's like finding comfort in those who also feel like you do, you know? I want to see if I can find... Yes, I did. I remembered exactly what it's called. It's called... Okay, let me see if I can translate this in my head. It's very well known. We had like all the books basically, almost. But it's a very spooky kind of like kids book. It's called... Okay, let me do direct translation in my head. The Wonderful Family... The Wonderful Bunny Family, I think, is how you pronounce it. But I was specifically thinking about with that like creature. I was thinking about this one that's about a like, it's kind of a Hansel and Gretel situation there too, but it's like a, there she is. This haunted me for a while. When I was younger, this image haunted my brain. If I can find her. Oh, somebody. Oh, that's really cool. I don't think it's gonna become better. But look at this. Look at this lady. That's for children. I don't know how well you can see it, but very, 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 very spooky stuff. But there's a lot of these books. Maybe I should find and read them. Amazing. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of what it was giving me, a little of that vibe, and also Alice in Wonderland. I love the visuals of this. I kind of fuck with this song. I do. It's going to be hard to compile like the 5. Like, I think I'm going to do a top 5, but it's going to be quite difficult. All right, so let's continue right along to our next song, which is called Kagakushu. Kagakushu. Maybe, perhaps. Sounds about right. Okay, we have subtitles on this one, and that is great. So let's see what we have next in store. Let's go. Thank you. Sometimes my mouse is weird. Hold on, I want to start from the beginning there, sorry. Ooh, the voice effect? Ooh. Damn, okay. I'm going back to the depressing. Ooh. Okay, this tempo. Ouch. Ooh. Damn. Oh. No pun intended. That struck a chord in me right there for some reason. Okay, pre-chorus, absolutely. Ooh. The production right here is wild. Moves back in the same spot. Now he has some strings on us though. Oof. Lip sync. Wow. Like that. Dun, 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 dun. Like, it makes sense, obviously. It's not like it's like off tempo or off beat or anything. Like, it makes sense sonically or musically, but it's also like, I don't know, there's something about it that like hits a nerve, not in a bad way obviously, but just like a you know. Bam, bam, bam. Whoa! Stop right now. We're not finished with that. Girl, what? Sorry, I'm gonna do the same thing here again, even though I had the lyrics, because I want to see what other people talk about this, because I don't know really where to like place the song of what the meaning of this is. So I'm going back in to see if I can find this out. Let's go to Mrs. Whoa. Oh, this is Otto's best album. So here we have like everything here. Let's see if I can find the song that I'm looking for. There we are. Thank you. Nobody, or maybe it's in another language. Somebody has pointed this out. No, I can't find it. Curious, because obviously there was a lot of pretty lyrics here, and I think, obviously, I can speak for everybody when I say that, like, you know, she does make beautiful songs, and she writes beautiful, or the songwriting is beautiful, so, yeah, but curious. It feels like it's a lot of introspectiveness, but I did really pick up on that part where she said, I can't listen to all this anymore. Who wrote these lyrics? It's like someone else is talking. Whose thoughts are these? And that's a really, really cool thing. I feel like not a lot of like walls are usually like, you usually don't do like a fourth wall break, or like a, no, I don't know if it's a fourth wall, but like you wouldn't usually like say in a song like, oh, these lyrics are weird. You know, like, I feel like I've only caught that a couple times in my life, and it's very, very spare. So I wonder what that's supposed to be. But it feels a lot of, again, kind of similar to previous songs. It's like life kind of sucks, and you want to rant about it in certain ways. Because there's also this section, putting on an act What are you trying to do? Sleeping past the midnight line. How far can you go for it to be tomorrow? I saved them, so I like them. Do you know what kindness is? You know? Yeah, it feels a lot of, like, kind of getting your feelings out there in a way. Of just, like, this is some shit that I hate, or that also, like, I struggle with, and I need to put it down on paper. So that's what it's giving me. But it feels a lot like, you know, not a cry for help in the sense that I don't think that she needs that, but, you know, just kind of, again, a place to kind of rant, I feel like is kind of what the song is supposed to be. But again, of course, I mentioned this is part 1. If you have any if you want to contest to anything that I say, then do it down below. I'll be happy to hear you out, because that's what we're all for, isn't it? To learn and love music. At least that's what I'm here for anyway. But yeah, that was our second to last song, Kagakushu. Yes, that is correct. So we only have one more song left, which is kind of wild because I feel like I was going into this, and obviously I split it over 2 days, so it's not going to be like as intense then. But it feels like I literally just got into this still. But it's also been a long time too. It's curious. So yeah, our next song is called Yoru No Pierrot. I think that's how you pronounce it. And Pierrot is like a what is it? Performer of some kind, I believe. Is at least what I believe. We're gonna do a little quick search there as well. Oh no, it's a fictional character, but it is a mime, right? Classic star character from the Italian Commedia dell'arte and French pantomime, known as a sad clown in a white costume, pining for his love, Columbine, who usually leaves him for Harlequin. Yeah, so it's a sad clown. Buffoon to sad clown, indeed. So, curious. We shall dive right in and see what we have in store, and we have subtitles for this one. Thank you. So, let's go. Ooh, little chill vibes for the last song, perhaps? No. Ooh. Okay, we're going full J-pop. Let's go. Woo. Okay, let's go. Wow, the imagery of this one. Love the colors. Ooh. Gorgeous. Ooh, wow. Hey. Ooh. Hey. Like, this song obviously has like sadder undertones, I would say. I'm getting a lot of feelings of like, despite the city being colorful and fun, I feel like hollow and like a shadow, you know? Which would make sense, I think, in terms of like the concept here. But then the instrumental comes in and we're just like, let's go! Because it sounds really fun. Hey, let's go. Love it, love it. Damn. Yeah, wow. Like the lyrics and then just having like sparkles in the song. Ooh. Hey, I feel like this is important imagery. Whoa. That was the end? Girl, please. Please. Come on. Are you joking my ass? I think with this one it's needed. This looks so cool. I'm sorry. Maybe it's because this one is like the most overwhelmingly purple music video we've had so far. And that's why I love it. But like, it looks so, so pretty. Wow. Let's see. Yeah. Next is something that is not on my playlist. So that means that we are finished. Whoa. That right there. I was wondering when that would come in. Because I feel like often in these songs, like the title has come up in some way, or it's been important to the story itself, and I would say that this probably is also important. Like having that is important to the story itself, but that coming in so late that like a laughing clown gets laughed at, you know, very, very interesting for sure. But yeah, I felt that kind of. Maybe it's also kind of connected to being a performer as well, because obviously she mentioned the neon lights and whatnot, and that might be not just because of like living in that kind of place, but it might just be also because, you know, you kind of. I feel like this is connected at least somehow to being in the spotlight, and obviously, at least from what I believe, we don't know what she looks like. I don't think she's ever performed just like her. She's always had some type of other way in order to perform, I believe, because she's wanted to remain anonymous, and full power to her, obviously. If you want to do that, then that's all up to you. But it felt a little bit like that too, of the kind of just juxtaposition and the kind of disconnect from being a performer, but also kind of feeling bad. I think, at least a little bit of what I got from this, but of course, I mentioned this in part 1, I think she has such a way of like the songs themselves make me feel like I don't understand English, kind of, because they're all so poetic, like all her music is really poetic, and also very like not straight to the point, and obviously that's a part of me too, of being like, girl, you should be able to get this. And I know. I wish I could, but I don't. And that sucks. But I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed this song because it felt very much like I was entering now my like J-pop fantasy. It felt like I was about. Like this felt like a song that could be in the intro to like those like dating games, you know what I mean? The only one I played is Mystic Messenger when that was really popular, but unfortunately I do not have I do not have any other experience with them, and I don't think this song would fit there, but I know that there are many others for sure where this would be a fitting song, because it sounded really nice. Like if I had not had lyrics for this one, I would have been like, oh, this sounds so nice, this sounds so fun, and then I would be reading the lyrics later and be like, oh, all right, well, sure. Oof. I feel like there was a lot of different vibes in this album overall. There was a lot of different types of songs. There was a lot of different genres. There was a lot of different like vibes that she explored, and I really enjoyed that personally. I thought it was really, really fun with like the variation here. And you know, I think I always hope for that with 14 songs. Like, I hope for variation, but you never really know truly. So very, very fun, a very, very cool time, and I think she did incredibly well with this. Of course, I think that most of these songs were released and then they kind of got compiled into an album, I believe. Of course, let me know down below if you're like, no, that's completely inaccurate. Maybe she just definitely did release like full videos for all of these. It just was after release. That might be the case, but I'm not entirely sure. But absolutely so much fun, crazy job. Woof, you know, like, amazing vocalist, and I'm very excited to hear more from her in the future. So yeah, that was all of the songs, except for the ones I've already heard, obviously. I'm going to listen through all of them now again, and I'm going to do a little writing to get down what my thoughts are and how I feel about this, and like choose my favorites. I'm going to try to do a top 5 with this one because we have 14 songs, and that's quite a lot to be like, okay, what can we do here, you know, like what's the, what should I say, it would be, I think it's hard to pick like well, we have Odo here. Yeah, I'm gonna just try to like as best as I can to pick a top 5 because we have so many songs. But yeah, I'm gonna see you in just a moment for the final rating. So thank you so much for watching this all the way through. You are a rock star, a legend, and you deserve all the love that you get from anybody that you get it from. Subscribe to my channel, check out my Patreon. I have a lot of fun stuff over there too. If you saw this earlier, you saw it over on Patreon, so join there for early access content. But anyway, love y'all so much. So let's go to the rating section of this video. Let's go. Alright, lovelies, I am back. Thank you so much for watching this all the way through. If you did, that is really, really sweet because I know this is quite lengthy, quite hefty, and a lot of talking from my part. So yeah, but that's what you're here for, right? At least I hope so. So this album got a, drumroll please, 4 stars, which is very impressive considering, again, the length of this album. This is almost an hour long in total with all of the songs, so that is quite hefty. And of course, we didn't get to all of them today. We only listened to 11 total, but hey, we managed to do it, and it was a lot of fun, obviously. So yeah, I'm gonna show you real quick what my list looks like. If you've never watched one of my videos, this is how I do it. This is my usual format that I follow every single time. I don't know, I like it. I like being able to go back in time and see when I listen to something for the first time, especially if it's like something where a favorite song of mine of all time has come from, you know? I think it's interesting. And also, it's nice to reflect. It's nice to journal about the things that you enjoy. So yeah, let me list all of this off. The songs that I enjoyed were Ready Made, Odo, Freedom, Fireworks, Aitakute, Lucky Bruto, Ashura-chan, KokoroToIuNaNoFukakai. I think I missed something there. Use wa Motherland, Kagakushu, and Yoru No Pierrot. So that is all of the songs that I enjoyed, and so by process of elimination there, you can probably tell that Domestic Violence and Gira Gira ended up on my favorite songs. And obviously, no shade to anybody if that's like your favorite. But I think for those two, even though I think I enjoyed Domestic Violence in the first listen, it just didn't really leave a lasting impression. And when I listened to it again, I was like, I don't really know how to feel, you know? So that is what I decided on. I hope you understand. But hey, that's just how it is, right? So yeah, let me read off my little comments that I wrote. Pretty swift, but still. I have been convinced that she can do it all. We got so many different songs and concepts here. Yeah, like truly, it wouldn't surprise me if she made a country song and made it sound good, you know? Like, I think a part of it is obviously her voice, which is what I will come to, but also, like, the producers that she has alongside with her are fantastic, too. Like, the level of intricacy and fun that exists in her albums and her songs are just, it's really good. It's really good. I don't know what else to say. It's just, it impresses me so much, and I know that they're so, like, you could spend a long time just analyzing what's going on in the songs, like, for real. yeah, her voice brings it all together so wonderfully, is what I wrote. Because that's the one thing, obviously, that we had in common here. We didn't really have a common concept. We didn't really have a common vibe in terms of what the songs sounded like. But overall, we had her voice. And her voice brought it all together, both in the songs that were a lot more intense, a lot more sad, a lot more happy. Even though I feel like we didn't really get, like, a happy song here, truly. So, like, you know, it's the one common denominator here that just makes it so much more special. And yeah, the promised top 5, which I struggled with a little bit, are Odo, number 1, obviously. The rest of these could go into any configuration because I'm not really sure how to do it. But Odo is the favorite. Of course, if you haven't watched me watch it, then I'll link, of course, that video, my first reaction, in the sidebar. But Odo's number 1, and then we're going to go a little bit over, maybe potentially it could flip around a little bit, but it is Fireworks, Motherland, Useba, and the long title, KokoroToIuNaNoFukakai. That is the full one. Those are my top 5, I would say. From listening to it again, it just made sense in my head. I think it works, so that is the favorites. And yeah, 4 stars. Whew, that was a hefty one, wasn't it? I mean, I knew it would be, and, like, sometimes I dive into these, like, knowing that it's going to be a lot, and I definitely did today, but I was also prepped. I was excited for it, so I don't really mind, but it was a hefty one, so to say. So, yeah, let me just go and check real quick that I have the right one that is going to be next up. So let me just open that, please, and thank you. Damn, I can't get this to work. Hold on, everybody. I'm just going to keep rambling while I do this. But yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. I thought it was really fun. Of course, as I already mentioned, she is fantastic. She is great. And I'm excited to see more in the future as we continue along with this journey. But yeah, at this point, I really enjoyed what we got today. So yeah, thank you. Are we here now? Can I check this out? Yes, please and thank you. So next is going to be, that is right, Glow by For Eve is next. So we have yet another non-Korean album. We have a T-pop album. That's very exciting. So that is what's going to be coming next week on Thursday on Patreon and Friday on YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed this. So yeah, again, sorry this took a little bit of a weird turn with me not doing this on the same day, but I don't think that really mattered that much because I still got to enjoy everything, obviously. But yeah, I think that was all I wanted to say. So, if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and check me over on Patreon. I do a lot of things over there, including early access to most of my YouTube videos, as well as K-drama and variety watches. I just started off with Roommates of Pungdok 304, BL drama, and then I am also doing award shows right now, so check that out if you would enjoy that content. And yeah, like this video if you like it, and if you have any requests, you can leave it down in the comments below, and hopefully I'll get to it one day. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Free Palestine, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.